Hey everyone, it's Shannon here with Sparkle and Shine Health and Fitness. And I don't know how many of you have had the chance to read my blog from yesterday that I posted, but I wanted to share with you some simple tips. And this is the first of a series. And tonight we are going to talk about calendars and organizing. And I'm going to give you things that I do, but that they might not necessarily work for you, all of them, but you can see the ideas and pick through them and try what works for you. I'm going to do a series on healthy tips, healthy eating, meal planning, meal prepping, calendars, apps, lots of different simple ideas. I'm going to keep them really short and simple because we're all busy, and that is the whole point of this, is organizing and making life simpler, okay? So tonight we are talking about calendars. And I shared in my post before yesterday on my blog how I love calendars and I'm a calendar junkie. And all my friends know that and they laugh at me, but yeah, that's just the truth. That's just how it is. So tonight I'm going to share with you really quickly a couple things that I do to organize with calendars, okay? And as we know, and I am going to share with you my favorite app. It's an app that I've been using for probably about 6 years to organize my family. And it is amazing. And I'm going to give you like a really quick 1-minute demonstration on how simple it is to use, okay? So I am going to first talk about calendars on paper, the old-fashioned way. Yes, I still have paper, and I have electronic and apps. So I use a little combination of them all. But for example, for work, I have a paper calendar, and it keeps me very organized. I also have a planner that I use, but that is a whole nother night, okay? Because planners are amazing. There is so much you can do with them you would not believe. So that's going to be a separate night. But for paper calendars, I have a calendar, and you simply need to pick what works best for you. It may be a month layout view, it might be a weekly view, it might be a daily view. It depends on your life and your schedule. So figure out, first of all, what flow you want. For work, I use the monthly calendar because at a glance I can see, okay, this is what I have going on this day, and I can schedule this for this day, etc. The other exciting thing that we use at work is just Outlook, and it's simple, but it has a lot of benefits to it because you can schedule appointments, you can schedule meetings, you can schedule conference rooms, and then you can share your calendars with each other at work. So somebody in like the business office that shared their calendar with me, I can see if they're in a meeting or if they have a meeting scheduled for a day, I'm trying to schedule a meeting. So Outlook is also a great thing, and I use that at work. But I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm just going to show you a brief glance of my paper calendar for work. Yes, I'm anal, I admit. I am very anal about organizing, and so it's color-coded. I love highlighters, and I love colored pens. And so, as you can see when I flip the camera around, I have my month layout, I have all my calendars on, my appointments on my calendar, and everything is highlighted in different colors, okay? So let's look at that first really quickly. I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to flip it around and just show you kind of a brief look at what my calendar looks like. You can see on the left side I have all the highlighting, and throughout different days of the month there I've got my call days, I've got highlighted in pink highlight. I have some track meets coming up at the end of the month, so those are Michael's, and those are all highlighted in yellow. And that's my big page that I use. That's my flow. And that just really helps keep me organized, okay? So then the next thing that I'm going to share with you is dry erase boards. Yes, I have one of those too, and I have a huge one. I didn't bring it in here to show you because, I mean, it's just a basic dry erase board. You fill in the dates and you fill in what you want. So I do a month at a time. It's one huge board for the month. I fill in the dates and I fill in all the activities. And yes, it is color coded also. So each kid, each person in the family has a different color. So at a glance, Michael can look at it and say, oh, I have a track meet this day. Cheyenne can look at it and say, I have a volleyball game this day. Dan can look at it and say, I have this going on. So it's simple, and it's also very convenient, so family members can grab a marker or a Sharpie and add to it if something is coming up that hasn't been put on it yet. So that's another great thing. You will wipe it off at the end of the month and you start over, okay? Then the last thing that I'm wanting to share with you is my favorite thing, which is the app that we've been using for about 6 years, okay? And it's called Cozy. So if you Google cozy.com, type that in the web address, it brings up their app. I don't sell Cozy, I don't make money off of Cozy, I'm just simply sharing with you what I love. And the most amazing thing about Cozy is it sends text reminders. So as your kids are older, like all mine when they were in high school, I could put in sports schedules, so I could type in a whole volleyball schedule at once, and it would populate it to every day in the calendar. And then in just a second, at the same time, I could decide who I wanted to get notifications. So if I wanted Dan, Cheyenne, Michael, and me to all get text notices, I just select their name, and it sends a text to each of our phones. The other cool thing is you can pick when you want it sent. So if there's, like, for example, in the end of the month, there's an out-of-town track meet, I can decide if I want a reminder sent the day before, and then maybe like 2 hours before the track meet starts. It sends text messages to all of us, and it reminds us. So it's crazy easy to use. And so I'm going to log on here, and I'm going to show you how to use it really easy and show you what it looks like, because that's the cool part. Okay, so I'm going to flip the phone around, and here's my computer. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so as you can see up here in the top, it's just cozy.com. You can see that I'm logged into our calendar. And so, for example, here, the week of March 21st through the 25th, you can see I have the first track meet is at Perkins County, and it's at 4 o'clock. You can also see on the 24th, I'm on OB call. The cool thing is if you hover over this, you can see that the text reminders are going to go to all of us, Shannon, Cheyenne, Dan, and Michael. And I've also selected when I want them to send. So if I click on this, it brings up a big screen, and it shows who all they're going to, what the time is. It also has like a location here. Grant is where the track meet is. And if you see here, I have a text reminder going out 1 day beforehand and also 2 hours beforehand. And all of us that I select across the top, you can see our names, will receive text messages. The other cool thing is you can see we all have our individual color. So I'm purple, Dan's blue, etc., etc. So if I get out of here and go back to this main, oops, wrong button. If I go back to this main screen, just by glancing at these colors right here, it tells me who all is getting the reminders. So if you look down here, this OB call, I just have everybody selected. So everybody's going to get text messages knowing I'm on call, so I might get called out, so they know to plan. If I didn't want everybody to do it, I could just select me very easily. I click on it, I come up here, and I can just select me to get the message, and then save it. And it's done. And so now I'm the only one going to get that text message. If I want to see a whole month view, which is pretty cool, that's how I kind of function. I click on month, and there's my whole month. You can even print this calendar out if you want a paper copy of it too. And like I said, it's really simple because you can just click here to add an event. I can click on the day, say I want it on the 16th. You click here and you just type whatever you want the event to be and hit enter. So we'll just put, I'm just going to type because I only have one hand because I'm holding the phone. I'm going to type job. And then you can see right here on the 16th, job came up. If I click on that, I can decide who all wants to receive the text messages, when it is. If I want reminders sent out, I can click on that, and then I can select when do I want the reminders. Do I want them 6 hours, or I can change the time by clicking on that. So anyways, it's just a really simple app to use. It's great as your kids are getting older because you get text messages sent to them. You can do, like I said, calendar events. So like all these track meets that are in my calendar are just all set up at once. You can go to the website and just type them in really quickly. I'm going to flip this around. You can type a whole calendar event in, like so I typed in the whole track season. You can do it on the computer, on the website, so it's really fast, quick and easy. Type it in and it's done. So anyways, I didn't want to make this video too long tonight, but I wanted to show you my favorite app. You should all try it. It is free. They also, I don't know if you noticed on the left hand side, they also had a place to make to-do lists. They have a lot of recipes in there. You can journal in there. There's a lot that you can do in that app besides just scheduling appointments. It is free. They have a Cozy Gold, which allows you to send out, I think, like 3 event reminders in case you don't just want one. And I think that's like $30 a year, so it's still really affordable. I used just the regular one for quite a few years, and then the last, I think, 2 years I've used the gold. Because I'm just crazy and I have to have a text reminder 2 days ahead of time, 1 day ahead of time, and an hour beforehand, just because that's just me. But anyways, thanks everybody for jumping on, and I loved sharing this with you. Try different things, see what works for you, and if anybody has any questions about the Cozy Gold, I will post it in the comments below this after I'm done. But jump on there, try it. It is crazy amazing, and it has been the best thing for us because yes, I like to be organized and planned, and I'm anal, but try it. It's really cool. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments below and I will reply to you. So thanks everybody for jumping on. Have a good night.